Marina
Yes.
Kravchuk, you went to this big Tribeca event in New York City, I think.
Yes.
So
Yay.
you saw the Strange New Worlds
Hmm.
premiere.
That's right.
Was it just one episode this time, or was it
Yeah.
two? Sometimes they do two.
Yeah, this
Oh,
was done
interesting.
very straightforward. I think we actually were lining up longer than the actual premiere
Hmm.
length. But yeah, it was just one episode, but it was thankfully, followed by a really nice Q&A with the producers and some of the actors. So this was
Mm.
all in all a very nice thing. I mean, it was different in the sense like we kind of to a degree got used to having standalone events, which we've had before with Strange New Worlds and with Discovery.
Yeah.
Like when red carpet, obviously press, the whole thing, but it was more a thing of its own. Here it's part of Tribeca, so
Right.
they're using one of the venues that Tribeca normally uses downtown, and the what was it called? The Indeed Theater, something like that.
Hmm.
And I wish the weather was better because unfortunately we had to wait before being let in outside, so everybody was standing with their umbrellas. It was pouring rain.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was exactly on the No King's Day, so it was like some people
Right.
literally came after the protest in Midtown, New York.
Hmm.
So weather not good. And then it was actually very straightforward. We waited. They kind of passed through. Tagged everybody with wristbands. This was a ticketed event. This wasn't free, so it wasn't
Gotcha.
like previously where you had to kind of like sign up and
Right.
then powers that be would send you a link and you kind of register. No, in this case, very straightforward. Just go on Tribeca's website, buy a ticket, which sold out. So this was a full
Right.
event.
Wow.
Um,
Nice.
Awesome.
I think there was some kind of like a wait list, but judging how full
Wow.
the hall was, yeah, I don't know how many people
Yeah.
actually got in. The I suppose it was a little bit of a lack of a comfort because this was one of those spaces where that is used for literally everything you can think of, performance or
Hmm.
anything. So in this case, it needed to be a theater, so they put some chairs out, which
Gotcha.
um my backside has to admit wasn't we're not very comfortable, but it is what it is. But
Yeah.
you get still that same wonderful experience where you're sitting in a large dark room with a whole bunch of fellow fans and everybody's super excited. And let's
Mm.
face it, watching damn good television because this was
Hmm.
a
Yes.
really, really good premiere. Very
Oh,
solid,
Woo.
nice.
so much stuff happening. You don't necessarily even have
Wonderful.
to, watch the last episode of previous season, because they kind of do this whole well, a little bit of like this is where we are, and then
Hmm.
boom,
Yeah.
action is
Perfect.
happening. So this was
Wow.
this was really, really good experience.
Mm.
And of course,
Were
like I
you
said,
blown
Q&A was
away
fun.
by it?
Uh
Did you love it
they
because it's Star Trek, because it's Strange New Worlds, because you were amongst your Star Trek fans, or because
it,
objectively it was really
it's like,
good?
well,
Mhm.
so how many did you do? Like, so all of the above. It was really good. Like, even if you don't necessarily, I mean, I suppose if you have no idea who the characters are, you would be kind of sort of lost.
Right.
But no, this was really good. Like, everybody got their moment to shine as far as characters are concerned.
All
There was
right.
really good
Nice.
story
Nice.
development. Some of the stuff where we were left hanging, kind of sort of we get further. It's not resolved yet, let me put it this way. But like
Did
things are
Ah.
Captain Battelle
happening.
die? Just kidding.
I cannot tell you.
Okay.
I
No
cannot tell you.
spoilers.
No
I
spoilers,
panicked there
no.
for a second.
But
I
they, like I said,
know.
this was very, very solid. I mean, well, if you're a huge fan of Strange New Worlds, you'd be jumping on the ceiling. It was
Mhm.
really
Nice.
good. It was a wonderful experience. And then, of course, like I said, at the end, Akira came out, Henry came out. Let's see, Anson Mount was there, Ethan Peck was there, Carol Kane was there, which was
Right.
and
That's
then
awesome.
of course Babs was there and Celia was there, and it was a really nice
Woo.
thing. I mean, I'm sure we're going to be seeing quotes up to wazoo from various outlets for the next couple of weeks as things are starting up. But it was lovely discussion. It wasn't very long. They can
Mm.
only do like the usual 40 plus minutes, something like that. And then that's it. Everybody filed out, and then all the local Trekkies kind of went out to celebrate in local pubs,
Nice.
and that
I
was
saw your
that.
photos. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
It was
awesome.
it was lovely. Yeah, we found a
Hmm.
nice little atmospheric hotel with live jazz, and I was like, yes,
Ooh.
Oh.
So
raise the
if you
toast.
were
Hmm.
if you were to tell fellow Trekkies the prevailing emotion when watching this,
Hmm.
was it super exciting? Was it fun? Was it sad? Was it scary? Was it a relief 2 years later?
well, exciting for sure. I mean, we finally get new track. We
Cool.
finally get continuation again. We've waited for how long for the next season? There were a couple of moments of worry, to be perfectly honest, because again, all the characters, something is happening. So whether they're on the ship or they're elsewhere. I'm not going to go into detail. So it's, things are happening. And yeah, you kind of arrive to the end of it. It was like, oh, holy cow, how did they manage to fit so many storylines in just one episode
That's awesome.
of a premiere? Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's exciting. I'm looking forward to see, how people react once they actually get an opportunity to watch it. I really enjoyed it.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so nice. Oh, I'm so glad you got to be there.
Yeah, it's always fun
Yeah.
to have some kind of like a special thing.
Yeah.
I suppose it would have been nice to have the usual thing that we've had before. Well, I mean, between both New York and LA.
Mhm.
Nevertheless, hey, at least we did have something that was, I mean, they called it the world
Yeah.
premiere, but it was an event.
Yeah.
Cool. That's awesome. Yeah, your pictures have been great.
No, thank you. It was
Marina's
very
always got
difficult.
good pictures.
It was very difficult to take
Yeah.
pictures of Anson for some reason because he was just making so many faces because he kept
Oh, that's
turning
funny. Yeah.
doing the Q&A and just going like this. Smile and wave.
Now, did they say anything about the season 5 announcement?
They just basically there was a discussion
Mhm.
between that mostly Akiva and Henry were handling that they are approaching this. I mean, we're supposed to dovetail into the original series, so they are treating
Right.
this 5 seasons that we have. Well, it's kind of 4.5-ish, I suppose,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
this season is going to be
Right.
shortened, which kind of begs the question: is it like it's 6, but are they the normal length, or they're going to be
Right.
feature length?
We were wondering that too.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So
Yeah.
just and that's how they were just like, yeah, every season, go with everything, be creative, and like don't treat it necessarily as like, oh, that's potential of last season. Now they know where they're ending, so they're
Mhm.
really trying to put their
Right.
heart and soul. So there was a lot of enthusiasm, especially on Akiva's part. I felt,
That's
like
cool.
they're really
Cool.
that's the favorite baby,
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see how they're gonna do it because we're witnessing the journey. Again, we're
Yeah.
dovetailing in the
Right.
original series, but we're not there yet. Spock is not yet the same Spock. Uhura is not yet the same Uhura. So how is it all going to change now when we have season 3? And of course, as we know, season 4 is in progress.
Mhm.
And how exactly is this whole thing going to end?
Mhm.
I mean, there was kind of like a little thing from Akiva when he said, well, we know they don't die.
Right.
Have the sets. So what are we gonna do? Does that mean something?
Thanks so much for watching that clip. We go live every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern with all the latest Star Trek news on the virtual TrekCon channel.